Oh, fine. Can y'all make me co-host so I could let people in?
Mhm. Welcome to our webinar. This is about how you can enroll 20 students in 20 days, giving you some strategies. We have so many people registered. I'm going to play a quick video while we let them in. But while we're letting them in, please drop where you're tuning in from. Drop your name. We cannot wait to get to know you. It's about to go down. Let's go.
I said, you don't need no beat, you better hype your bestie up. You don't need no beat, you better hype your bestie up. You don't need no beat, you better hype your bestie up. You don't need no, yeah, you better throw it.
Hey, Amanda from Florida. Hey, Priscilla. You got on, girl.
We have Brandy Wood Smith coming up. He is committed to seeing your missions, your visions through. So I want you to put your hands together for Brandy Wood.
So drop it to the ground, let me see you scroll.
Hey, Baltimore in the house. Dallas in the house.
Back it up, let me sit this belly on
Hey,
your
hey,
You
hey.
don't need no beat, you better hype your bestie up. You don't need no beat, you better hype your bestie up.
It was full of energy. It just welcomed me with open arms. It was a blast. I'm not gonna lie. It's a party, y'all, and we learn also.
Throw it, ooh,
See Ohio in the house.
you better.
Hey, welcome everybody.
Ooh, yeah, we like to party. We tryna have fun. I hope them knees good, girl, cause I ain't done. You smell good, you know that's what I like. But your partner and them broke, cause they tryna start a fight.
The way the
Milwaukee.
relationships in the mastermind have changed my life have been that I have been able to get a support system that I can call them whenever I want to. I can call them about anything. I can talk about anything, whether it is personal or professional.
Hype your bestie up. You don't need no beat, you better hype your bestie up. You don't need no, yeah, you better throw it.
Welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Throw it, ooh, you better. Ooh, you better throw it. Hold up, pick it up, now drop it back down.
Y'all, we have a ball at the conference.
Now drop it back down.
Hey. Now, guys, I want y'all to know I love my CMA, and you are my CMA. CMA stands for Child Care Millionaires Association. I don't know if this is your first time getting on class with us, but if it is, we want to welcome you. As a matter of fact, if you have never been to one of our classes before, just put a 1 in the chat. Just go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. This is your very first time. You never ever came. Oh my goodness. Team, do y'all see all of the ones? Oh my, Bobby, you got to track the ones. Where my ones at? This is your very first class. Welcome to Child Care Millionaires. We are an organization built just for you, built by owners, child care owners, for owners and directors. So welcome so much. I'm so glad that you're here. This is our third time doing this training. We only have one more to go. And I think you picked the best one because we've had people already implementing strategies, already getting it done. So I just feel like you came at the right time. Now, let me not forget my OGs. Now, I have some people, they come to every single class, they're at every single conference. They've been with me even pre-pandemic, all the way in 2018. Where my OGs at? Where my OGs? Any OGs in the house? Are my OGs sleeping? Are you here? Where you at? Where you at? So we want to welcome you, whether it is your first time or you've been to some of our classes before. We want to definitely thank you for being here on tonight. The OGs are standing up. I love it. The OGs are standing up. And the reason why they come back is because we pride ourselves on giving great information to owners and directors to really help you grow your business, right? OG Mama, that's Miss Anita Hey, Miss Anita, how y'all doing? All the way from Greenspoint, Texas. That is Tanya's mom. Listen, your mama, your cousin, your sisters, they also become our family. Hey, Brandy Hill. Brandy Hill has a new center in Austin, Texas. How are you? Brandy says, listen, it's my second time being here. Brandy Butler says, but I'm about to be an OG. And y'all, we just had one of our OGs, Miss Simone Cole, who opened her second center on today, just entered the building. So, guys, I want to welcome each and every one of you, whether you are OG or it's your first time. We want to let you know that welcome to the Child Care Millionaires family. We are your family. We are your partner in business, and we are so excited that you decided to spend time with us tonight. Now, on tonight, let me go ahead and prepare you. We are going to spend about 75 minutes, about an hour and a half, letting you get the information and the strategies to enroll your next 20 students. Now, for many of us, this will be a huge feat. A huge feat. How many of you could say, man, if I could enroll my next 20 students in the next 20 days, this would impact my business in a way that I just cannot explain, right? If this would impact your business in a way that just brings tears to your eyes, I want you to put me in the chat. I know for me as a multi-site owner, 20 kids at each location would make such a big difference in my business, right? Because this is the time of the year that it doesn't matter how great of a center you are, your pre-K babies went to school. And didn't you cry? And you had that graduation and you were so happy for them. But at the same time, you were like, oh my goodness, how am I going to fill up this class? And then we had those after schoolers all summer long. And now they're back at school, right? And now some of our buildings literally have empty seats. And what do we know of? Oh my gosh, Shavonda said she had 26 people graduate, right? Imagine losing 26 students one Monday morning. So this is the time that every childcare owner and every director, we are focused on enrollment. And we have dedicated our September to make sure that we focus on enrollment. Now, everybody knows the 9th month is all about pushing. If you're a mother, you've ever given birth, at some point in the 9th month, you got to push. So I want to know who has a push in them. A push that I'm going to push. I'm going to try to enroll. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep my energy high. I'm going to talk about my business. I'm going to post on social media. I'm going to tell my parents I have empty spots. Who else is ready to push with me? Because I'm telling you, I'm ready to push for my 4 centers. I am an owner just like you. I'm going to tell you about myself in just a second, but I want to get us started because, listen, we ain't got no time to waste. Some of us got to be up in about less than 12 hours to get that center open. But I see some people on here that says, Brandy, you know what? Even though it's Monday, and even though I had to open and close my center today, or maybe you just did a drive-by today, you made time today to make sure that you were here. So I already know that you are committed. You are committed to making sure that your center grows. And that's what we are here to do on tonight. So I'm going to get this PowerPoint up. I thank you for having your cameras on. So thank you, Gigi. Thank you, Amanda. I appreciate that. Thank you, Octavia. Thank you, Karima. Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Brittany. Another Christy. Come on, the Christies are in the house. Thank you, Joya. Thank you, Ebony. Turn those cameras on. We want to see you. Now, if you're in the shower and you listening, keep that camera off. We don't want to see you like that, okay? As soon as you get out and you dry off and you get your little bowl of cereal, whatever you do at night, turn that camera back on. So tonight we're going to talk about how to enroll 20 students in 20 days. And the reason why I can talk about it is because I've done it. Like, our biggest enrollment month ever was 65 students. Now, that was across 2 locations. But I know that it can be done. And I'm going to share with you some of the strategies that we did to achieve that. All right. Now, for those of you who stay to the end, who going to give me this hour, who promises? If so, say, I promise. I have a free gift for you. It's like a 2-page workbook, and it's my money leak calculator, which teaches you like how to go in, put in your numbers, and at any given time, you can calculate your money leaks. Now, I'm going to tell you what a money leak is as we go on. But how many of y'all know right now the math ain't mathing? Like it just ain't adding up to where it needs to be right now. You know, when you're looking at the bank account, you're looking at the bills, you're looking at payroll, you're like, I need to add. Some of us saying like, no, I need to multiply to this account. So if you want this free gift, all you have to do is stay to the end. You don't have to purchase anything, but we'll drop this at the end. All right. We will also make sure that people who are on until the end, we even drop it in your email. All right. So who's gonna stay to the end with me? Yes? Can I get some yeses? I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. All right. My team, you're letting people in. I see lots of more people in the waiting room. So let's make sure I know you guys are on it. Let me do my job. They're doing their job. All right. So I want to go ahead and get started. If you're here, you probably have asked yourself one of these questions. So have you ever wondered, why do some centers stay full? I mean, you hear people bragging about it. I have a waiting list. My infant room has a waiting list 2 years out. And why do some centers struggle with enrollment, right? And sometimes it's not even, it could be in the same city. It could be in the same city. I want us to make sure that we think about that question. Number 2, what strategies are these centers using to stay full that other centers are not using, right? We're going to address these 2 big questions on tonight because there is a difference with centers who are staying full with what they're doing. There are some strategies they got to be using, and we're going to talk about those strategies on tonight. So what will you learn tonight, Brandy? If I'm going to give you this hour of my time that I could be sleeping, I could be with my family, I could be on my Peloton. What is your promise to me? This is my promise to you. You will leave this webinar, this training tonight with 4 actionable steps that you can use to enroll 20 plus students in 20 days without burnout and without begging. Every tip that I give you, I'm going to give you an action step that will take you a few minutes to do on tomorrow. And you're going to start implementing tomorrow. And some of you may start implementing tonight, but you're going to be able to use these strategies immediately. The next thing, these strategies are already being used by childcare owners who are crushing it. So I'm going to actually show you some real life example of some people who may be right here in this call, right? It may be in this call that have already implemented these strategies. So why are we doing this now? One of the main reasons we're doing this now is because as owners, most of us are tired of empty seats and inconsistent income. Like 1 month your income is up, the next month your income is down. 1 month subsidy is giving approvals, the next month subsidy is not giving approvals. And for some reason, it's like I just can't get to that magic number that I need. And you know that the money is locked inside of your business. If you already know that the money is locked there, you have more students you can take. I just want you to put unlock me. I want you to have faith, and I want you to put unlock me. Because a lot of times, exactly what we've been praying for is in our business. Some of us are like, if I could just make an extra $20,000 a month, right? So for some of us, that's just 10 more kids, 15 more kids. And we want the efforts that we put out every day to take care of these babies that we love so much. We just want our results to match our efforts. We want to be able to take our family on a vacation. We want to be able to make sure our kids can go to college without student loans. We want to make sure that our staff can get raises, right? So we want to be unlocked. We need to unlock this wealth door that's already in our business. And that wealth, the extra money, the extra revenue that can help you buy another building, redo your playground, fund your 401k, and match for your staff. It's already in your business. We just got to unlock it. So we're not going to play small on tonight. So on tonight is going to be very interactive. I'm going to ask you some polls, and I'm going to give you about 30 to 45 seconds to answer these polls because we want to know more about your business. Afreya, we don't want to think for one moment that we know everything about your business. So we're going to ask you some questions to make sure we know who's in the room. Okay, Octavia, Carolyn, we want you guys to make sure that you answer the polls. So I'm going to launch the first poll. Now, no one will be able to see what you say, but they will be able to see the results at the end. So I just need you guys to participate and help us out by answering the polls. So I'm going to launch the first poll. You should be able to see it. I want you to answer this question now. How full is your center, right? And Maria, oh my God, I'm so happy. She says, I'm 100% full. Baby, we need to open another center. If you're 100% full and you want to, this is the time to do it. I love it. Right now, we have 70 people who've answered our poll. Let's try to get to 100. Good job. We're only 30 seconds in our poll. We're going to end our poll in 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. All right. So I'm going to share the results. So only 3% of us said that we were completely full. We have no seats. And I appreciate you guys for being on because you didn't have to be. Oh, she says, listen, I'm opening a new center in the next couple of months. Come on, girl. That's what I'm talking about. I like you already. You my friend. 9% of us said we're between 75% full and 90% full. This means, y'all, 88% of us said that we are less than 75% full. But 62% of us say that we are less than 50% full. Y'all, we have a problem. That means about 62% of us, we're probably not making ends meet. 62% of us are in risk. We're in that danger zone in our enrollment, right? So if you're in that 88% that says, hey, listen, I'm somewhere between 75 and below, or you're in that 62% that says, hey, I'm below 50%, I really want to encourage you. I want to thank you for not giving up. And I want to say, you did the right thing by being here on tonight. This is exactly why we chose this topic. Every year, we do 2 free trainings a year, like for a few weeks. And as I was talking to owners all across, people were saying the same thing, like our enrollment is historically low, right? How many of you want help right now? If so, just put help in the chat. Now we're going to launch our second poll of the night. We're going to launch our second poll of the night. And I just want to see where my action takers are. This is just for my action takers, right? And this says, I just want to see where you are. I'm gonna relaunch the poll because I think I ended it. Relaunch the poll. Here we go. Would you commit to following a step-by-step plan for 20 days if it meant filling your center? I just want you to answer it because this is what I want you to know. I can give you all the strategies in the world, but if you have let the lazy bee bite you, right? And you were a busy bee, you were on it, but over time, you've gotten lazier and lazier and lazier, then we got to address that. You have to be willing to put in the work, right? I can give you the key, but if you're not willing to walk to the door and unlock the door, I still cannot help you. So I just want to know from the beginning where my leaders are. Where are the people who are saying, listen, Brandy, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm tired of after I pay payroll, I gotta take deep breaths and breathe in a paper bag. I'm really tired that I want a new van, but I gotta keep paying Shady Mechanic number 123 to help me out because I can't afford that new van. I want to give my leader a raise, but I just can't right now, right? So 96% of us said, yes, I'm ready to go. And 4% of us said, listen, maybe it's not too time consuming. Let me tell you something. It takes time to be broke and it takes time to be rich. I'd rather use my time to be rich. Okay. So thank you for being honest because this helps us kind of lead the conversation. Right, Priscilla? This takes time to lead the conversation. She says, I'll take rich for $200. So who is this loud lady that followed me on social media to get me here? My name is Brandy Wood Smith. I am the founder of Child Care Millionaires. I'm an owner just like you. And when I first opened my first center after leaving the public school district, nobody would answer my questions. I don't know if y'all have experienced this. I would ask owners questions. They would look at me with the side eye. Even owners that we didn't live in the same city, I would DM them, send them a text, and literally they act like it was a secret society worse than the Illuminati. Nobody would answer my questions. So a small group of us just started like talking together, and some of them are on this call right now. I don't know if LJ is on, Tamika, who's one of my coaches, Robin, Star. It was just a group of us, Miss Joyce. We began talking about what we could do to really grow our child care center. And then a few months later, we opened Child Care Millionaires. And it was a home for all center owners where they can get growth, support, and connection. Right? Robin is on. She says, I remember. LJ is still on. Y'all, literally 10 years later, we still rocking together. Okay? 10 years later. I'm an educator. I've been in education for 26 years. I've done everything from being a teacher to an assistant superintendent. But about 14 years ago, I opened my own child care center. And now I have more leaders than I had teachers when I first opened. We opened in a small building that could only take 19 kids. Within a year, we had opened our second location. We've opened 5 locations over my career. 2 were across the street from each other. We merged those 2 during the pandemic. And now we have 4 locations and we can serve a little over 320 kids. So I'm doing this work every single day. Not only am I a matriarch of the Child Care Millionaires family, but of my family. I'm a coach. I'm a speaker. I've been able to share the stage with some of the world's greatest business and entrepreneurs. But at the heart of what I am, I'm an owner. I'm an owner just like you. And I have owner problems just like you. And when I looked at our enrollment going into the summer, I knew we had a problem. Because at one school, we had 26 kids leaving our pre-K program. At another school, we had 21 kids. And at another school, we had 16. So I knew that I was about to lose 50 kids. So y'all can do the math on that. Y'all can do the math on that. Everybody put 50. Imagine in one day you lose 50 kids. And we begin to strategize. And I want to share some of the strategies that we use, that we have been using to fill up our centers. But I knew that I had a problem because 50 kids, for me paying an average of, $200 a month, I was losing $10,000 a week immediately. I had the potential of losing $500,000 instantly over the year if I did not change something. Can y'all say serious problem? And so when I identified this as a problem, we began to work on our enrollment strategies right away. Right away. At graduation, I was happy and sad all at the same time. Dion hears me. We had a serious problem. So on tonight, I'm going to cover some myths about enrollment that you need to be aware of that can stop you from enrolling. I'm going to give you 4 proven strategies. Towards the end, I'm going to tell you about our Enroll 20 bootcamp that starts September 22nd, where you can work with my team for 6 weeks. Then we're going to answer some questions, and then I'm going to make sure you guys get that free gift, right? So I want you guys to know exactly what we're going to do tonight. So over our time in Child Care Millionaires, we've helped our owners earn over $100 million. We're very proud of that. But we're still at this point where we have to enroll. So these are some child care myths you got to be aware of, because you may be leaning into one of these myths. And you may need to just call yourself on it and say, you know what? From this night forward, I'm not going to think like this. I'm sorry for having stinking thinking, because stinking thinking also makes a big difference of how fast you move your feet, how much confidence that you have in your program, in your tour process, and the goals that you make for your team. If you have stinking thinking, it will affect you. And if you know you've been having stinking thinking, I want you to say, ouch. You haven't even been going into your building with no lip gloss on. Your hair is in a messy bun every day, so your business is a mess. You haven't said you've given up, but you've given up. You are frustrated, right? And if you are moving and you are grooving from that,
Um,
if you are moving and grooving from that perspective, what it will do is it will affect the movement in your business. All right. So we got to release stinking thinking. Here's some stinking thinking. Making real money in childcare is impossible. Well, since they're not giving us any grants anymore, we can't really make money. This is not true. We were making money before they gave us grants. We had tuition based businesses before they gave us grants. So, what makes us think that we cannot make money in childcare now? If that was true, Goddard, KinderCare, Creme de la Creme, all of those chains would shut down. But if we don't watch our stinking thinking, all of those chain corporate childcare centers, they're going to eat up our independently ran centers, right? And what they're going to do is they're going to buy you at a bargain. And they're going to use your name to make millions of dollars. So I ask you, do you want to give up on your business and hand somebody else a ready-made $1 million business? I want you to either put yes or no in the chat. I want you to address it. Because when you do sell your business, we're not going to sell it on clearance. We're going to sell it with high enrollment where it can take care of us in retirement. But some of us are right now, we're looking for an out. We're looking for an out. We're looking for, can somebody just give me $10,000, $20,000? Because we don't realize the value in our business. Right? And you will get burnt out, Tania, especially if you're not making any money. It's stressful being broke. That is stressful. When you can't hire the help you need and you got to cook and drive the bus and pay payroll and make your own graphics, that is stressful. But when you're making the right amount of money and you can hire the help that you need, you can fall back in love with your business again. But if you've been having stinking thinking and you've been talking ill over your business, you got to stop it now. So for those of us who need to stop, just put in the chat, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop talking negatively about my business. I'm going to stop talking about the parents. I'm going to stop talking about the teachers. I'm going to stop saying things are just different. I'm going to stop complaining about the economy. I'm going to stop. Because if you're using all of your energy to be negative, I guarantee you're not even using a fraction of that to be positive. And you're infusing your team with negativity. You're making them feel insecure about even working for you. Okay? The second myth that we have to do is I cannot afford the systems to enroll. The truth about it is you cannot afford not to have them. As a business owner, there are going to be some systems that you need in order to do what you need to do. For example, you cannot pick up after schoolers without a bus. It would be crazy to say, I'm going to walk to every school and I'm going to walk the kids back to the building. That would be insanity, right? So if I know I need equipment to pick up kids, you need equipment and systems also to run your enrollment. Nobody is sweeping in your center with a toothbrush, right? So it's insanity to feel like I can enroll students but have no systems. Okay? So one of the things we got to think about is I can have systems. There are low-cost systems. There are ways that I don't have to lose money, right? Number 3, I've done everything I can already do. And this is not true for anybody. We all can do more. And maybe we've done as much as we can do on our own. But this is why we need our team and our parents. And sometimes we just need a coach to help us out of a tight spot. And then number 4, everyone is struggling. It's just the market. Well, we saw several owners on here that were full and some who are open new centers. So everybody's not struggling, right? And then I'm going to tell you this, you got to choose your struggle. You can either struggle and do the things you could do to grow your business, or you can struggle and go out of business, right? Which struggle you're going to choose? Growth or ending your business, right? You're going to have to put energy somewhere. I see growth. I see one for growth. I see growth. Thank you. Growth. growth. It's a choice. So now we've come to the point where I'm going to give you 4 tips. If you have pen and paper, this is what I want to see. Pens writing. You can take a little screenshot, but if you want the replay of this, you can make sure you upgrade to VIP because you will get the replay. You'll also get my tour script. And then every Thursday for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be doing a lunch and learn and a Q&A session with my VIPs. All right. So if you want this, you can grab it. It's optional, but you may want to listen to this again with your team. You may want those scripts, and it's about a 22-page workbook that comes with VIP. And you get those great lunch and learn sessions with me on the next 2 Thursdays. All right, so let's get started. What is your biggest challenge in enrollment? Now, the reason why this is so important to face is because you don't want to fix something that's not broken. You want to make sure that you use your energy and your efforts in fixing what needs to be fixed. But everything in your business doesn't need to be fixed, right? So what's your biggest challenge? I'm going to launch this poll. Oh, it says it's being shared. A poll is being shared. Exit. Let me close out the other poll. Okay, Andy, stop sharing. Y'all didn't even tell me that was up there. Y'all just let me go on. You say, Brandy, you were so excited. We didn't want to tell you that you still had something on the screen. So what's your biggest challenge? All right, we got about 125, 130 people on, 137. I need at least 100 of you to answer this question. You should be able to see it now. Y'all are doing excellent. I'm so proud of you guys. All right, we already have over 60 responses. We're going to just keep it up for about 10 more seconds. Oh, I love this. This is good information. And guys, the way you make good decisions is with data. So this is helping us make good decisions. All right, I'm going to end the poll and I'm going to share the results. So the majority of us say just getting families to book a tour is my biggest struggle. So to that, I'm wondering is, do you have a system for them to book a tour on your website? If you have a tour system, I want you to put a number 3 in the chat. And if you do not have a tour system, I want you to put a number 5 in the chat. A tour system means somebody can go to your website. They can book a tour right now, even though it is almost 8 o'clock. If you do, put a 3. If you don't, put a 5. 28% of us is like, I'm just not closing them after the tour. They're coming, but I'm not closing them. 18 of us said, I'm not consistently following up. Like, I got names on scraps of paper and sticky notes. I got spaghetti on contact sheets. Karima is smiling. Karima, you must have a sticky note somewhere with a parent's name on there. You're like, dang, I need to call this parent back, right? And then some of us say, hey, I'm just not keeping the family long term. They're coming, but they're not staying. All right. So this is good. Thank you for answering the poll. So when I'm looking in the chat, a lot of us don't have tour systems, and a few of us do. I am seeing more that don't than do. And then to the ones that do, my biggest question to you is, are you using it and are you showing your staff how to use it, right? Or is it just you that's using it? So we're going to talk about it tonight. So number 1, touring ain't begging. One of my favorite songs by TLC was I Ain't Too Proud to Beg. That was my jam, y'all. Touring is not begging. It is literally bossing up, right? So a lot of us during the pandemic, we really stopped touring. And then if we did tour, we wanted to tour during nap time or during dismissal. Well, this does not allow parents to see the good part of your day, right? And for me, what do you consider the good part of your day? For me, that's reading circle. That's circle time. That's when the teacher is interacting with the kids. I want them to see something that they can brag about. So the first thing we have to do is understand the tours are the thing that gets us to our budget. Tours are the thing that make sure that we have new people in our building. You got to be able to tour. You got to be able to show parents that you are the best thing, not the next best thing, but you are the best thing. And the reason why this is super important is because if you don't give parents what they need to see, they're going to go to the competition that's willing to show them immediately their program. Okay? Touring is also a confident sales tool, right? Because if you're unsure, they'll be unsure. If you can't explain your program and the benefits of your program, they can't, they will not buy into it. Many of us think parents are fee driven. They don't care about the fees. I want you to think about all the things you did for your kids that financially did not make sense because you felt like that was the best thing to do, right? Parents are more emotionally tied to what is my child going to receive? Is this a safe environment? Is this an educational environment? So your tour is a chance to brag on your center. Do you know what's special about your center? I want everybody to drop it. What is special about your center that should make a parent want to come to your center? For me, is that we teach early literacy. If a kid is with us when they start pre-K3, they will be reading by the end, by the time they leave. If they with us when they're 2, I can guarantee it. They're going to be reading because we have a wonderful literacy program. In one of my schools, we teach Mandarin and Spanish. So we have a multilingual program. What's special about your school? Drop it in the chat. That's what you want parents to see. So you want to approach every tour with clarity. You want to approach every tour with energy. And you want to make sure you're prepared. The worst thing you can do is have a parent that's touring come in and it's just chaotic. Oh, hold on, sit right there. I'll be with you in a minute. I thought I had some packets copied. Let me find the link. Who did you tell you were coming? Baby, I didn't walk out your building so fast. Right? So you want to make sure that you are prepared for the tour. This is the opportunity for parents to experience the good side of your business. But touring is not just about the person that's walking them around. Your teachers, even your students need to be prepared. What do I do when a new parent or a new family comes into this classroom? We want parents to see our kids learning. When they see a 3-year-old reading, do you not know that they're going to enroll their 3-year-old? When they see a 2-year-old knows all their letters and sounds, right? So how many of you are touring during academic time? If yes, put yes, and if not, put no. This is one of the things that I really encourage you to do. Like, don't wait until the end of the day. We do most of our tours from 9:30 to about 11. And then we have a section in the afternoon that we do tours as well. But we really want parents to see the academic part of our day. And if they can't, will we still tour them? Of course. And that's when we'll look at videos that's on our Facebook page. But we want them to experience what the kids are doing. And that's good, Valerie. Valerie says no because I need additional staff to tour. If you're a CEO and if you don't have time to bring money in your business, you're definitely hurting your business. I want to make that clear. Even if you have to bring on somebody part-time where you can do tours a few days a week, you gotta make room for tours because you cannot expect for somebody to say, I'm going to invest $10,000, $15,000 with you, but I can't see your program. Does that make sense? Right? So this is your action step. I want you to write the gaps in your tour process. Is it just getting the leads? Is it doing the tour or having a process for doing the tour? What is your gap? Because once you know your gap, you can address it. So we have a tour script that every one of my staff members is trained on doing their orientation, and we train on it every quarter. So whether they're giving the tour or whether we're touring their classroom, they understand the assignment. We have tour bags prepped for our students. And on our Q&A on Thursday, I will go into detail about that. But for our toddlers, we have like goldfish and a drink, a little coloring book, some colors. For our after schoolers, we have a few school supplies and a snack. And we always have a bottle of water for the parent. We are primed and ready for the tour. So you got to have a tour script. You got to have a tour process. Somebody said, okay, a tour script is a good idea, a tour bag. But the tour starts when you answer the phone. Like, you got to answer the phone with a smile. We answer our phone. Thank you for calling Ivory Prep Preschool. Are you calling to enroll your child today? They need to hear the smile, right? And so we want to make sure that you're ready for the tour. So the first thing you're going to do is analyze, what am I missing in my process? Right? All right, let's go to number 2. If you are ready for number 2, put the word ready in the chat. Y'all, we're doing good. Y'all don't look sleepy or nothing. Joya is taking copious notes. I see you, girl. I see you. I'm proud of you. Number 2. Now, I think Amanda's going to like this. Amanda, are you a math person? If you are, give me a thumbs up. Do you hate math or love math? You hate math? Okay. Now, even if you hate math, I think everybody's going to love and hate this activity. So I like to say, call this the math ain't mathin'. I like to look at our money leaks. Sometimes we know we need to make more money, but we don't really know how much more money our business can make, right? And so let's just talk about it. Let's address the elephant in the room. Now, I'm going to take this really slow, Lolita. I'm going to take this very slow, Miss Tracy. Christina's going to turn off our camera and probably roll her eyes. But we do this activity at the end of every month. I'm going to first give you my poll, because I told y'all this is interactive. Y'all ready for this poll? It's a real simple. How many of you know your lost revenue? Now, if you've been on here before, you may know it. But just answer the poll. How many of you know your lost revenue? Because this makes me get up in the morning and act right, y'all. It makes me put on my little eyebrows and my lip gloss. It definitely makes me act right. We're going to leave it up for 7 more seconds. Ooh-wee. All right. And I'm going to launch the results. Only 26% of us say I track it regularly. So that means 74% of us, we don't even know how much money we're missing. All right. So we're supposed to figure it out. You're going to be okay. Right? You're going to be okay. But we're going to figure it out. Let's go. So in order to know like what's the potential in your business, you got to be able to calculate and know, what is my money leak? What is it costing me per month not to have the students that I need? You also need to know that enrollment problems aren't just about, the number of kids you want. It's also about profit, because it's a tragedy to run your business 52 weeks a year and you take care of kids and you take great care of them, but you literally cannot take care of yourself. Y'all, that's a tragedy. If you agree, I want you to put tragic in the chat. Like, for me, that hurts my heart to see owners literally work 12-hour days, 50 to 52 weeks a year, and they can't even really take care of themselves the way that they want to. So empty seats means empty pockets, and ain't nobody got time for that. So I want us to address the number, because this is the number that we're going to attack for the rest of the year. This number is our motivation. All right. So let's do it. This is the money leak formula. We're going to figure out our empty seats. So to figure that out, that part is easy. You take your capacity minus the number of students you have enrolled. And I just want you to drop that number in the chat. Just your empty seats. How many empty seats do you have? Just drop your empty seats. We're going to do it one number at a time. So you're going to end up dropping 3 numbers. One number at a time. I see 12, I see 7, 16, 20, 60, 64, 20, 43, 14. Everybody drop their number. You guys are doing good. All right. So now that we know that number, I know every grade level in your school has a different price. The infants pay more than the toddlers. The toddlers pay a little bit more than pre-K. But typically when we do this assignment, the toddler rate is the rate that we find is the easiest, right? So you're going to take your empty seats and you're going to multiply it times your toddler rate. So if your empty seats was 20, if your empty seats was 25, if it was 7, I want you to take that number. I'll get it later. Oh, thank you. My son brought me food, y'all. You're going to take that number and you're going to multiply it times your toddler rate. And that's the second number you're going to drop in the chat. Now, this number may be a big number. It's probably going to be in the thousands. Okay, Christina said 3,012. That's not bad. Someone said 17,000, 4,500, 2,100 a week. We haven't multiplied times 52, y'all. Somebody said 10,000. Somebody said 9,000. Okay, good. So weekly, right now, that's what you're missing out on, right? So now we're going to do our annual revenue. So we're going to multiply all 3 numbers. And this is what we call our revenue gap. You're going to take the empty seats times that toddler rate. And now you're going to multiply times 52. And this number is going to be a little bit bigger. Shanika says, oh my goodness. I see 200,000, 182,000, 492,000. That's one center. Just those 3 people alone was almost $1 million. Cassandra says $67,000. Maria says for the new center, I have 239,000 on the line. Miriam says, oh my, 798,000. That's almost $8,000 just her by herself. Priscilla says 171,000. Patricia says 136,500. Kiana says 69,000. Trenda says 577,000. Brittany says, oh my God. I don't know if that's a number, but y'all, Dion said $931,000. Y'all, the money we need is in our center. Christina said 273. Alta said 234. Valerie, oh my God, I love this fact. Valerie said mine is 218,000. If I could pay this, this will clear all of my debt. Y'all, that is huge. That is huge. These are not just numbers. This is a freedom numbers. Carolyn said 380,000. Gigi said, I'm at $1 million by myself. I'm at $1 million by myself. Y'all, the time is now. If this doesn't motivate you, I don't know what else can. This needs to motivate you to have your social media popping, to have those tour bags, to have a script, to train everybody in your building on tours. This number should motivate you. I wish I just had somebody on my... Priscilla said, Gigi, you better go get it. And I want y'all to tell Priscilla, go get yours too. Teresa said 273,000. Y'all, when we think about this and we think about what we could do with those funds, it should motivate us. So we took our capacity times our toddler rate times 52. If you're monthly, take it your monthly toddler rate and multiply it times 12. Right? So here's just some examples. You guys already got it, so I don't even have to stay there. But this is what I'm going to tell you. You got to monitor this number in order to measure it, in order to fix it. This number just needs to go down every single week, every single month. Who's going to work on this number? Valerie says, wow. Like, how do you feel looking at that number? How do you feel looking at it? I have the power to get everything I need. It's already in my business. So you gotta look at all your money links. Some of it is empty seats, but some of it is you're undercharging people. You're giving people discounts. If you're giving a $10 a week discount, that's $520 a year. Some of you giving $20 discounts, that's $2,000 a year. Dion says, I'm feeling a turnaround. I like it. Or think about unpaid balances. You have students in your center that owe you money and you have not put them out, but you have teachers that you haven't given raises in a year. Come on, y'all. That's not fair. Or some of us just have low conversion rates. We're not taking the tour seriously, right? We're being ineffective in our tours. Oh, they're not going to enroll anyway. They probably not going to even show up. But did you call them? Did you confirm that they were going to show up? Did you have the tour bag ready? Is their folder ready? Did you send them a text and say, our staff is waiting on you in Little Leah. We can't wait to show you our school? Did you make sure? Or did you just have stinking thinking? So we got to tighten up our numbers, and so we can plug every single link. So I want to brag on this lady. Her name is Ashley Perkins. She is not an owner. She is a director. I don't want to say she's just a director because she's a director that did something amazing. Last year, she came to our Leadership Academy and we did this activity with her. And she was disturbed. Like, she went back and literally started enrolling. Within 60 days, they had enrolled 20 students. Within 90 days, they had enrolled 41 students. So I want you to think about the impact on her business. They charge $275 for a toddler. So we're going to use that rate times 42 kids times the 52 weeks. They made an impact and a difference on that business by $486,000. No, Shanika, you're not just the assistant director if you're here. You're the assistant director that's dedicated to helping your owner grow their business. Baby, she loves you. I love you. I love you for just being here on tonight. All right? So, guys, we need more stories like this, right? And you need to make a goal of what am I going to enroll? And your first enrollment goal has to be with like empty seats where you already have teachers, right? For me, an average kid, is going to be like $12,000 a year. But for some of y'all, an average kid is worth more than that. So I want you to see what your average kid is worth. Take your toddler rate and multiply times 52. That is your average amount per kid. It's a raw number, but it is normally your average amount per kid. So y'all drop that. Drop that number in the chat because we're about to go to number 3. So Amanda, every tour is not just a tour. It's worth $14,820. That's how you got to think about the tour, right? Amanda is not the only person. I want to see this number. And you're just doing it times 52. The weekly rate times 52. Right? Some of us saying that's $20,000. Shanika must be somewhere in Maryland, New York. Tiffany says this is $4,000. $14,000. Dina says, for me, this is $16,000. So a tour is just not a 15-minute appointment. It's the ability to give your business $1,000 back per kid. Right? So here's your fast action. I want you to post your money leak in your office. And we're going to be recalculating that money leak every single month. Right now, probably every 2 weeks. Because our goal is to get this down, down, down. Right? That's an easy thing. Sticky note. Put it on the wall. Make it a present need. When you're on the phone, look at that number. Be like, hey, thank you for calling ABC Childcare. Well, we would love to have you come to it. Man, that number makes me sing. It makes me smile. Because my goal is to close that money leak. All right, we got to move on. Everybody, we're ready for tip 3. If you're ready for tip 3, put a 3 in the chat. We're almost done. I only have one more tip. Tip 3 is everything speaks. Everything in your building speaks. Your building has 5 senses. And when somebody walks into that building, you need to ask yourself, what is my building saying? Is my building saying I'm prepped and I'm prepared for you? Or is it saying something else? So, what would be a parent's first impression when they come to your building? You can answer this poll. What would be their first impression? What would be their first impression? And I want you to be honest. Like, what do they smell? What do they hear? What do they see? How is the feeling? Is it warm and receptive? Or is the person answering the door saying, hey, who you here for? Hopefully that's not happening at your center, right? Hopefully that's not happening. We need a few more people to respond. Let's go. All right, I'm going to end the poll. All right, so 33% of us said, hey, no, my building looks good. They would be like, hey, I'm ready to enroll my child immediately. My building is hot stuff. But the majority of us, 65% of us, said, no, it looks all right, but I probably need to go look at the details. I may need to go dust up front. I may need to do some spot painting. Are all my signs on the wall looking good? Is it fresh in here? Is there some Febreze plugins? Do I got a candle warmer? What is it looking like in here? Another reason why I like my parents to tour between 9:30 and 11, because I want them to smell the food. I want them to feel what their kid is going to experience every day, right? Do you need to declutter? Do you have papers everywhere? Are they coming into your office and your office looks like a pigsty, right? And if your neighborhood is kind of rough, you need to make sure the outside of your building says that this is the place to be. Clean up, put some signs, put some flowers. If you don't have flowers, put some of those pinwheels outside. What can you do to the outside of your building to say, it's safe here? It's okay to bring your kid. Okay, so everything speaks. When I look at this picture, I'm scared. What is this speaking? This looks scary to me. Like, I'm always a little scared of overly decorated centers. But sometimes our center's on mute and our center's not saying anything. So what is your center saying? What is the energy in your space? From the moments family arrive, they're reading your environment, the smells, the sights, the energy, how people are talking to the kids. Are the kids singing? Are they crying? A cluttered entryway or a disorganized tour. Oh, we was gonna go in that class, but they playing right now. We can't go in there. Why can't I see kids play? Like, what they doing? And I want you to know everything that they see, it speaks louder than what you say. And they're trying to see if you're the best decision. Okay? So your team has to be a part. They have to know to smile, to greet, to have pride in their classroom. Don't leave toys on the floor when you're going to the restroom. Like, they have to know how to behave during a tour as well. So me and Leslie, we worked on her touring in her building, in her community events. Last year in January, she had, I think, 34 kids in her building. And she was like, Brandy, I'm determined to get my enrollment up. By summertime, this summer, she had 55 kids. She held multiple community events so people could experience her building. Remember, everything speaks. She even held a community baby shower where she took donations and she invited every mother who was pregnant to her center. She did backpack drives. And by the end of her enrollment campaign, she had got up to 55 kids, 21 kids. They pay an average of $285 a week. That's an annual increase of $311,000, right? So I ask you, what are you doing to attract new parents? What is your marketing saying? What is your building saying? So here is your assignment for number 3. I want you to actually take pictures of your building tomorrow, of the outside, of each classrooms, and I want you to look at your building with a new set of eyes, right? I want you to look at it from a point of what people who've never been in there see. Are there any cobwebs, or is there faded paper? Does anything need to be updated? Who is going to take this challenge? If so, just put pick in the chat. Okay, I'm going to go in every room and take a picture. If you have multiple centers, because I think I saw the vet on earlier. The vet has 8 centers. She can tell all of her staff, hey, send me a picture of every room. Listen, I need to see every single room. I want to see them. Because sometimes we need to go back and we need to see what parents see. Can people see your building from the road? Do you need new signage? Right? And let's go to our last tip of the night. I promise you that I will be on 75 minutes and I am right at 60 minutes. I'm doing good. The fortune is in the follow-up, right? You gotta follow up with parents. Stop allowing your staff to send you parent contacts on sticky notes, half pieces of paper written on the back of the Chinese food menu. Like, what are we doing here? Even if you don't have a system, at least have them text the parent's name, number, email, and the age of the child. You got to take following up with those parents super, super serious, because it's not just a missed phone call. It's a $15,000 opportunity. It's a $9,000 opportunity. It's a $13,000 opportunity that you're missing. So how quickly do you follow up with your tours? Like, if a person calls your center, let's be honest, how quickly do you follow up with them? And if you're not following up with them, this could be like that one thing that you can do. Typically, whoever calls a parent first is more likely to get the enrollment. And so this is why it's important that like your website can communicate with parents. Like, there's a chat feature on my website and you can literally chat with me. Like, it comes on my phone. They don't know it's with me. It comes on my director's phone. We can answer questions right away. When you call our phone numbers, you get an AI assistant who's always answering the phone. And these are some of the systems we can help you implement. If you want to answer the phone yourself, great. But what happens on the weekend? That parent needed childcare because her center is not going to be open after Monday, but she couldn't get in touch with you over the weekend, so she went to the next center. Right? So a lot of us say, hey, I am doing same day, but that's only 21% of us. That means 79% of us are losing the sale just because we're not following up fast enough. Money loves speed. I want you to write that on your piece of paper. Money loves speed. When a person tours, as soon as they walk out the door, I email them the enrollment packet in the handbook, whether they said they were going to or not. I click a button and I say tour complete, and it sends them an automatic message. If you don't have a system like that, you could just have a message in your Google Drive that you send to them instantly. But what you cannot do is wait 2 or 3 days to follow up with them. Right? You cannot do that. And you got to remind people about the tour because you don't want to waste time. So here's some things that you need to consider with the fortunates in the follow-up. Most centers don't lose family during the tour. They lose them because they don't follow up. They tour with you in 3 other schools. Thank you. I appreciate that. They tour with you in 3 other schools, and the other school called them back. The other school gave them a goodie bag. The other school had a QR code to do the paperwork, but you didn't. You didn't even have the paperwork copied, or it was copied crooked. It wasn't in a folder. They had to wait on you 5 minutes to go and get it. Where you were not prepared for them, right? Your response time matters. We know this. If we want something done, if we want an exterminator, we want to order something, we go to Amazon. What do we order? The thing that can get to us the fastest. Sometimes it's not even the best item, right? We order the thing that can get to us the faster. Who's guilty of that? I want my stuff right now. We're in a right now generation, right? So for me, we use So Tell Us. They integrate all of our systems. But it really doesn't matter what system you use. It just matters that you use a system. In our boot camp, we will give you our exact systems. And we will give you some DIY, some things you can do yourself. But we will give you some exact systems. And even in the $49 guide, it gives you some systems you can do on your own. Okay? So when my parents come and they're ready to enroll, we have a QR code. They can scan it and they can start that paper automatically. We use Playground. We've used a lot of other systems. Brightwheel is great. ProCare is great. I don't care what you use. Just use it every day. The problem with most of us is we're so caught up on the system, but we're not even using it. Right? So don't get caught up in the name. Just use it. So this is our follow-up flow. You can take a screenshot of this. When somebody messages us at our centers, they get an instant reply. It doesn't matter if it's in our Facebook Messenger. Guys, you can set up an auto reply. It doesn't matter if it's on our website. It doesn't matter if it's an email. All of those things you can set up within 15 minutes. We call back within an hour, even if it's on Saturday. Now, you may not be as desperate as I am, but I have a girl, she loves to work on Saturday. She will call back on Saturday. If we can call back on Sunday, I will, because normally that's an emergency. We schedule the tour. Parents can go to our website and they can schedule a tour right from our website. But when they call our center, we have a system that sends them a message to schedule a tour. They can schedule it themselves. It sends them a text message and me a text message. And then we close the deal, right? When they get there for the tour, we got their snack, their goodie bag, we got our smile, our teachers are ready to go, and then we're following up with them. And our goal is to capture the lead. Even if we have a parent, I toured today a mom. She's pregnant, she has the baby in 2 weeks. We set up automated messages for her already. If you are a DYI and you're doing it alone, you have an iPhone, you can schedule messages on your iPhone for 2 weeks, for 2 days. If you want to do it, you can do it. Okay? So this is our signature follow-up system. So let me tell y'all, enrollment systems are so necessary. This is for one of my new schools. And do y'all see it says Sarah AI? So we have an AI that answers our calls from Google. Our parents have our regular phone number. And she has booked tours over the last week. We're opening up a new center on Monday. Over the weekend, I posted this in our group today. I have a tour scheduled for 9. I have a tour scheduled for 11. We did not answer this phone. Notice it said it's from my AI assistant. She did not complain about talking to this person because it was already set up. And you can set up these systems just for pennies to me. Last week we opened up the tour schedule for our building. These are all the tours that we have scheduled for that building in the last 5 days. If you don't have a way to see your leads, you are losing leads, right? In the last 5 days, we booked 11 tours. I can see the tours. My staff can see the tours. They get automatic messages. You see all of those messages? I didn't send those messages. The system automatically sends them a message. Okay? So if you cannot physically follow up because, you just have a few staff, there is systems that can follow up for you. But you do have to follow up. So this is my staff. We're working really hard. This is my Baytown team. We had a program last year. We had 21 kids go to school, and we were like, we got to do something. So we enacted our 20 framework, our Enroll 20 framework. We went from 31 full-time kids to 67, not including our after-schoolers, a 36 full-time increase. It took us a little over 32 days, but 185, because we're in Texas, we don't charge like you guys, times 36 kids times 52. That team in about 35 days did a $300,000 increase. You can do it. So shout out to Daniel, Miss Courtney, and Miss Shelley. You can do it. All right. So what I want you to do for your fast action number 4 is make a list of anyone you need to follow up with. Their parent, their grandparent. Who do you need to go back and follow up with? Because you can also lose current students if you don't follow up with their parents. If they've called and they've asked a question. You want to maintain a good relationship with your parents as well. So most of us have 1 or 2 people that we need to follow up with. Tempest, I use Sotellus, but there are so many systems, right? We can help you create a free system. I just want you to know you got to have one. Okay? Just got to have one. So I have a question for you guys. I told you I was going to tell you guys about the boot camp. Y'all, I did 73 minutes, including our video. I did not lie. We were right on time. I want to tell you about our boot camp. But what I want to ask you, you know your money leak. You've been able to investigate some things you're not doing. Are you ready to be our next success story? Are you ready to fill your seats? If so, I want you to give me a yes. I want you to give me some fire, right? I want you to say, you know what? I do have the power to change my business. I don't have to be a victim to low enrollment. I can change what's going on because we believe you can. We've done it over and over in our centers. And the true matter is enrollment is something you got to master. It's not something you do once. It's something that we do on an ongoing basis. So we've already filled a lot of seats in our boot camp. I think we're up to 60 people. We take 100 in our boot camps. We do our boot camps twice a year. So this will be our last boot camp of the year, and we want you to be a part of it. The boot camps are built to take action. In the spring, I allocate 6 weeks, and in the fall, I allocate 6 weeks to people to work with me directly in our boot camps. This boot camp, we are dedicating it to fixing your enrollment systems, helping you enroll students fast with coaching and support. So let me tell you about the program. So we will start off with a 5-day boot camp kickoff. September 22nd, which you have about 2 weeks to put this in your calendar, through September 26th, we will meet every night at 7:30. So you don't have to compete with what's going on at your school. You have time to tell your kids. You have time to tell your husband. You have time to tell everybody, listen, I'm going to be focused on closing this revenue gap on my $300,000, on my $1 million, on my $30,000, whatever your gap is. Day 1, we're going to talk about the mindset of a master recruiter. Day 2, we're going to talk about getting your team involved. This includes your families. One of the ways we enroll so many people is it's not just me enrolling. I'm not trying to be an army of one. Every parent knows our goal. Every staff member knows our goal. On the 3rd night, we're going to talk about the perfect tour. What do you need to have? You're going to have a checklist. You're going to have a script. We're going to be practicing. On the 25th, we're going to talk about the power close. How to make sure when that person leaves that building, you are collecting a registration fee. And it's not by giving crazy amount of discounts or not paying. It's about selling the value of your business. And then on our last night, we're going to teach you the enrollment blueprint to where at any point you need to enroll, Maria, when you open that new center, at any point where you need to enroll, Carolyn, you can just pick up this and you can just start this Enroll 20 process. So we're not going to just feed you a cup of milk. We're going to give you the cow. We're going to give you our whole enrollment blueprint that we use at any time. Now, depending on where you are, you could be like, I got low enrollment. I'm losing money every single week. Like, Brandy, I need your help. Some of y'all was like, listen, help me. Shavonda says, y'all, I need the link. She's like, don't make me wait. Give me the link. Some of you may be like, listen, I need to take action and join Enroll 20. It's not bad, but it's not great. And some of you may say, like, I have a good system, but I need my directors to come to this. I need my team to be on track. I need to make sure that I have all my systems, all my automations. So no matter where you are, if you're brand new or you're opening your 6th center or you're just in the game for 2 years, it doesn't matter. Enrollment is something we have to master. So these are the benefits of the boot camp. It helps you map out and implement your enrollment system. It helps you fix broken processes. Okay, this is where we're losing our leads. It helps give you a plan, but also support and accountability. Because after the 5 days, we're going to meet once a week for 5 weeks to go over our goals, our questions, and what you're implementing. I will even have our automation specialist come and talk to you guys. we will role play in tours. We will break up into coaching pods because you will be practicing. You will be perfecting your enrollment process. And last but not least, it's supposed to put real dollars in your pocket, right? That's our goal. So, Brandy, why are you doing this now? I put out a post about 2 weeks ago, and I asked, like, hey, how's everyone doing with enrollment? Someone said, I just hope in my home daycare in April, I still only have 2 kids. Alicia said, oh, it's really slow right now. Miriam said, listen, I have 2 teachers in the room with 8 kids. Listen, I have no calls. We're licensed for 34. I mean, I'm just keeping the faith, but it's hard out here. Don says, listen, I thought I was in a boat all by myself. I've closed down 2 rooms. I'm even embarrassed to say how many I'm licensed for. And they just kept coming in. Caitlin said, hey, it's been slow. In California, it's been slow. So we said we had to do something to help our owners. And this is what we came up with. Now, let me tell you who this is not for. And we already said, hey, if you're lazy, you don't want to do the work, you want to complain, if you're okay with being average, you don't want to increase your revenue, I can't really help you with that. Right? I can't really help you with that. Because this is not about magic results. This is about us making some clear strategic changes to get the goal that we want. But this is for our owners who are really ready to grow their business to 6, 7, multiple 7 figures. This is for owners who say, you know what? I deserve for my center to be a good full capacity. We actually do the right things by kids, right? And this is owners who are tired of just having just enough and they're ready to win. Like many of y'all do everything for everybody else, but you hardly do anything for yourself, right? You deserve this. You deserve to have a center that takes care of you the way you take care of it. Guys, so it's time for something new. So if you're ready, this is what it includes. I'm going to give you the price. You get the 5-day framework breakdown, hands-on coaching for 5 weeks after that. So it's a 6-week program. You get every single one of our templates, our emails, our swipe files. You get a private community where we'll be answering questions daily. Weekly, we'll have weekly accountability calls, hand-on actions for you to take in your business. You get all the replays. So if there is one day that you cannot make it, you'll get the replay that night so you can watch it before class tomorrow. You get access to these replays beyond the boot camp. So anytime you need to refresh yourself, you could go back and watch them. You'll also get a 20-day social media calendar. We will give you graphics. We will give you copy. We will give you hashtags of what you need to post over these 20 days, right? Because we want you to have everything you need in order to enroll these kids. And then we will also give you guys a overcoming objections flow chart. So if parents say something, you'll know like what to say back to them and, feel like a professional. We'll have our Facebook group for us to chit chat in. So guys, if all this help you do is master enrollment, I know it will be worth it. Because that 1 kid is worth $15,000, 5 kids is $75,000, 10 kids is $150,000, 20 kids is $300,000, and we all said that we could use this money back in our account. So when I look at empty seats in my account, I'm like, 15,000, right? I don't want you guys to do this. 20 empty seats is costing you approximately $300,000 a year if we look at the national average. And I'm asking you just to invest in yourself. Let's do something about it. So the boot camp is open. Guys, it's just $297 for general. $297. That's it. No gimmick. Nothing. It's $597 for the VIP. The VIP includes a little bit more because it includes a ticket to our conference in November, right? The value of this program, over $15,000. But I want you to think about what you're losing when you don't invest. Because one kid's registration could cover the cost of the program. But we know that when our owners come to Child Care Millionaires Live, it makes a difference. Y'all, we have such a good time. So I didn't want people to choose between coming to the conference and doing the boot camp. So I just included the conference.
Come on.
Y'all, we have a good time. Okay, the conference is where it's at. You get to meet the coaches you've been working with. Everybody in the program will be there. So when you go to the payment page, you can pay in full or you can pay in payments. But I told my team, I said, I want to give people who are ready to act fast, I want to give them something special. So can I give y'all something special tonight? If so, put yes. Now I know I said it was $597, but I also know that some of you are struggling because we just talked about the money we're not making and the potential of what we need to make. So for those of you who enroll while we're on this call, while we're in Q&A, I'm going to give you guys $100 off. So the price will be $497, and it still includes your ticket to the conference. Now I can't do no better than that. Like y'all, I want y'all to do this for yourself so bad. And the great thing about it is I'll be doing it with you for my 4 centers. I'll be showing you, okay, y'all, this worked for me. This didn't work. And then you will be in a group with other center owners just like you. You guys will get a little survey. It will ask questions about, your business. We'll break you guys up into groups of like businesses. So if you're a home, you'll know, hey, these are strategies for homes. These are strategies for multi-centers. This is a strategy if I have an after-school program. You will be able to get that one-on-one help that you've been needing, right? So we kick off for 5 days. Then we support you for 5 more weeks. And then we end at the conference in Houston, right? And for those of you who say, Brandy, I thank you for the discount, but I'm a little strapped, you can do the general. Either one you can break up into payments on our website, right? So what's the risk? You could keep struggling. You could be overworked and underpaid. You could keep guessing. But I don't want you to do any of that. I want y'all to join me. Who's thinking about joining us? If so, just put me in the chat. Like you're thinking about, you're saying, Brandy, I know I need to do this. I know my business needs this. If you're going to help me, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to be lazy. I'm not going to let that stinking thinking creep in my mind. Say, I've tried other things before. You haven't tried this. If you give it your all and you just enroll one new student, it will be worth it. If you could give your staff scripts, if you could know what to post on social media for the next 30 days, it will be worth it. So I want to shout out my baby Simone. I don't know if she's on right now, but Simone sent me this picture. She actually put it in our Elevation Mastermind group. And she dropped this picture, and it was her first day of school. She just opened the center. Today was the first day. And I want y'all to count the number of kids. She started this center with 10 kids. She started this center with 10 kids. Some of us started with 1 kid, no kids. She's already gave herself $91,000. And her program is an after-school program. I heard someone say that before. Like, can I do this if I'm just an after-school program? Absolutely. Absolutely. Right? So she hadn't even started yet, and she's been implementing these strategies because our members have had access to these strategies. Sashelle is one of my members. She came last November. She was a home. She had 33 kids because she do multiple shifts. She can have 16 kids at each shift. She went from 33 kids to 46 kids within a month. She charges $270 a week. She gave herself within a month $182,000 annual increase just by implementing the strategies, right? So guys, we're going to answer your questions. I want to thank you guys for staying on until the end. This challenge starts September 22nd. My team is about to come on and answer questions. We are so excited for you guys. If you do it tonight while we're on, you can get the discount of $100. I think this is half of the list. Is this everyone? I know it's not everyone, but I just want to thank those of you who have already joined the challenge. I think it's 61 altogether, and we want you to be the next name on that list. We want you to share in this philosophy of how you can enroll fast, and we just want to get you to it. My team is going to show you exactly. All right. Can someone make Murray the co-host? Oh, I see her.
Okay, it's the Beyonce of childcare, y'all. I love it. How are y'all doing tonight? Didn't Brandy kill it tonight, y'all? Did she kill it? She gave y'all some fire tips. Okay. Hey sister, hey sister. Now I am excited, y'all. I see a lot of people in the chat saying that they're going to join us in our boot camp. So have you got your ticket yet? We're going to roll into Q&A. Drop your questions in the chat if you have any questions so that we can answer them. And then I'm going to make sure you guys know exactly how to check out, because let me tell you something. Tonight is the opportunity for you to really go to the next level, and it's time for you to finally take action, right? Brandy just showed you guys a screen where 20 kids will be a potential of $300,000, right? And if you're contemplating in your mind about spending $300 or $500, how can you ask for 300,000? Right? It's time for you to take action. And honestly, a lot of us just need to be in the room with like-minded people. We need to be in a room because we can't call our mamas, our cousins, our sisters, our brothers. They don't understand these bills and these childcare industry streets. Okay. And so you need to be in a community with like-minded people that can say, I understand exactly what you feel, right? But now you have a community that can guide you in the right direction. So once you click the link that we have shared, you're going to be able to see the two options. And that general mission, even if you cannot get that discount tonight with that VIP admission, you can go ahead and at least join us with general mission, and you can always upgrade later, y'all. Okay? If you like, listen, I got $300, or I can put the $300 on Klarna, After Pay, whatever you got to do, girl. Just get in the room, friend. All right. You can always make sure that you can upgrade later so you can come to the conference, because listen, the conference is an experience like none other. Y'all seen a snippet. Okay. It is something that is truly going to change your life. So in the general mission, you're going to get full access to that 5-day boot camp. So the 5-day boot camp is used as like a Kickstarter, right? Because a lot of us need to sit and learn the information. I don't know the last time you really sat and like consume information diligently for you to be able to grow in your business besides tonight, right? But you need that 5-day boot camp starting on September 22nd, and all of those classes are at night. Okay, so you don't have to compete or make sure that you got to get, leave the center early, because we know a lot of people, they're the directors and they're the owners, right? So we're doing those classes at night in the evening. And so during those 5 days, you will be able to learn all of the information. Okay. And then the reason why we add that 5 weeks of post boot camp support is because we want to help you do the implementation. Okay, I don't know how many of you guys have went to a conference and you like, I got notes after notes after notes after notes, and there is no rewards for notes. Okay, we want to make sure that you actually implement. So during those 5 weeks, we're going to make sure that you have accountability. We're going to make sure that you have an accountability group. We're going to pair you with other centers just like yours, right? You're also going to get access to this replay, and then you're going to get the VIP enrollment workbook. But for my people that's upgrading to VIP, like I know you guys are, and yes, congratulations to the people that have already joined. We got that 20-day social media calendar. Drop a me in the chat if you like, you and Instagram or you and Facebook do not go together real bad. You like, if I could just stay, not do the marketing in my business, I would love it. Okay. Drop a me in the chat if you like, I don't want to have nothing to do with the marketing, right? So we're literally giving you exactly what to post, because to attract people and to attract kids, attract parents, you have to have certain type of marketing to go out. Well, we don't want you to guess during this implementation period. We want to tell you exactly what to post on social media, exactly what to write in your captions, exactly what hashtags to be able to use. We also want to give you marketing asset packs. So emails that you can have, scripts that you can have to talk on the phone with parents. We want to make sure that we're giving you the objection handling flow chart. So if a parent is saying, well, I gotta ask my husband because da 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 da, you got something back that you can say to her, right? So that you can be able to close that parent. Then we also have the tour experience kit. We have the printable enrollment poster, 30-day trial to easily fill. And then we also give you that general admission ticket to the conference, because that is where you want to be. So all you have to do is click, once you say reserve my VIP ticket, it will come. As you can see right now, the price is $497. After this webinar, the price is going to go back up to $597. So you get the opportunity to take that $100 off right now. And then you have Klarna, Afterpay, and all of these options to be able to use payment plans. No problem, Felicia. Miss Valerie says, is the enrollment calculator in the bundle? I already purchased it. No, that is completely fine. You've already purchased it. That is going to be for you to be able to use now. All right, what questions do we have, guys? What questions do we have? I'm excited. I'm excited. Okay, congratulations. Y'all give it up for Miriam. Y'all give it up for Miriam. Yes, Dayla. Dahlia, sorry. Yes, the enrollment calculator link did get sent. If you do have any questions, our team can drop our customer service email in the chat so we can make sure you get yours. Congratulations, Marquita. Where in Houston is the conference? Now listen, I'm from Atlanta. Okay. So Brandon, where in Houston, what area of Houston is the conference? I just know it's by Rupert, and Rupert got good gumbo. Okay, that's all.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So our November conference it's actually connected to Memorial City Mall. It is amazing. So Gigi, I already saw your registration tonight. Congratulations for being a VIP. So congratulations to you. So you will receive an email on tomorrow that gives you the location, but it's by Memorial City Mall. We've negotiated great hotel rates with them. So you'll love it. I mean, it is in the heart of one of the best neighborhoods in Houston.
Awesome, awesome. What other questions do you guys have? Know that now is the time for you guys to finally take action in your business. And I know a lot of you guys are sitting on the edge. Somebody is waiting. Lexi, Tempest, Mildred, Miss Mildred, Barbara, y'all are sitting here and you're like, what should I know I need this. Somebody's heart is beating fast, and I know this is the time that I actually need to jump, right? And I'm here to tell you that this is the time to jump. This is the time to finally take action in your business, because let me be real. You're not going to find another group of women like this that's doing the things that you're trying to do, right? And so you want to be around other women that's doing the same thing, women and men that's doing the same things that you're doing. And so my question to you, if you don't take action tonight, what is it going to cost you? Right? Are you willing to not get another child in your center? Are you willing to not be able to get another 20 kids in your center? Or if you need it, if you're like, hey, I gotta have another 20 kids in my center, then you have to take action. Faith without works is dead. If you're not going to do anything about it, then how are you going to expect the work? How are you going to expect the results, right? And so we have to start taking the steps so that we can say, you know what? This is my time to be able to go forward. This is my time. And I tell people all the time, that's why I love this 20 kids in 20 days, because money loves speed. A lot of times we sit down and we really overthink things, and we start talking ourselves. We our biggest critic. We be like, I don't know, because the last time I sat in that class, I ain't do nothing. Or the last time I did this, I didn't do this. And you start talking yourself out of why I don't need to take action. Right? Why I don't need to make a move, why I don't need to do these things. Knowing that you need to see a change in your business. Today is the day that you need to see a change. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're like, I got to see a change in my business so that I can be able to continue to have more students. I want to open another center and another center and another center. And the thing about it, y'all, when it comes to marketing and sales, your job is to figure out your recipe. Your job is to figure out the recipe of your business. How many of y'all got a cooking recipe or a cake or a macaroni and cheese that you know you are the best one? Everybody's asking you to bring it, right? There's a certain way that you cook it. You may be cooking a pound cake. You got to have the flour. You got to have the sugar. You got to have the vanilla extract. Well, there's a recipe for your marketing and sales for your business. And your job is to put things in place so you can figure out how you can do it over and over and over and over again. Truth be told, if you can learn how to create the recipe for 20 kids in 20 days, you can create the recipe for 20 kids in 10 days. Because all you got to do is figure out what you did in 20 days to amplify and move faster and get more kids. Okay? So all you have to do is continue to move forward. Okay, yes, Miss Marquita said my sweet crack pudding is very addictive. Exactly. And so we have to figure out what is our recipe for marketing and sales when it comes to attracting kids. And a lot of times, a lot of us are attracting them because we're in the communities, we're in the neighborhood, they see us. But then we don't have the process to even convert them. We're not moving fast enough. We're not moving fast enough to answer questions. We're not moving fast, and that's because we're not up 24/7, right? But what happens when parents are up at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock after they've gotten off work, cook dinner, and they're like, now I'm ready to really look at childcare centers, and your website doesn't have AI to respond to it. And so now they go to the next center down the street because you don't have the proper systems in place. Right? We have to make sure it is harder than ever. We have to make sure that we have the right systems, the right protocols. We know exactly what to say to parents to make sure that they convert. Okay? All right. Congratulations, Miriam. I'm excited to see you in orientation. All right. What other questions do you have? Because as soon as we click off of here, that $100 discount go away. And so I'm trying to give you guys time to go get your card, call your husband, whatever you are doing before you make that decision, because today is the day. Okay. And I know a lot of you guys may be on the East Coast. It's 10 o'clock and y'all ready to go to bed. So I want to make sure that you are moving forward to making that decision. Any other questions that you have? Y'all can drop them in the chat. All right. All right, Brandy, we have video for the people.
Yes, I just want to thank y'all for being on tonight. I really definitely appreciate it. And it's so good to see so many of your names, and some of y'all even came back for a second week. I want you to know that we are so committed. Our coaches are so excited to meet you and to support you over the next 6 weeks. What we're going to do is we're going to play a small video. If you have questions while you're on, because we feel like if you're here, you're trying to figure out how you can do it. It's not whether or not if you want to sign up. We know that you want to sign up if you're still here at this moment. So if you have questions, you can ask us, or if you're trying to do Afterpay or Klarna, we're going to try to keep the call open, because when the call goes off, our team, it automatically upgrades the price, and we want you to make sure you take advantage of this discount. I'll be here for a little while longer answering questions. I'm so excited to help you guys enroll those students in your center. I just want to give y'all one of the things we do in our conference is we end our bang on Sunday. We end out with a bang. We do a gospel breakfast. And so I thought it would be a big treat to share that with you guys on tonight.
As many months as we have planned for this homecoming celebration, half of what happened this weekend was not in the plan. Half of what happened this weekend was not in the plan. When I tell you there was a spirit moving through here, let me tell y'all this. I'm a strong believer in open windows and open doors. And what that means to me is when God provides you the opportunity to walk through or jump through, you need to take that opportunity. Some of you all had the opportunity of open windows and open doors this weekend. There has been so many personal stories shared with us as coaches about how the devil tried to stop you from coming, about how your finances wasn't there. Your leader who you was bringing couldn't find a babysitter. Somebody fell and hurt their knee, getting in the car coming here and still got in the car and made it, right? That is a testimony to this was where you were supposed to be. You see, when something good and better and greater is coming for you, the devil gonna try everything to stop you from getting it.
Lift it up. Here's my worship, all of my worship. Receive my worship, all of my worship. Here's my worship, all of my worship. Father, receive my.
We cannot win without a team. We cannot win without our leaders. I want you to grow and glow all at the same time. Take that energy and bring back to your team. Owners, it is important that we continue investing in ourselves, our knowledge, our growth. When you connect with the right people, your mindset grows. Your energy gets infectious and contagious with wanting to do more and get more.
So the spirit of homecoming was also about the spirit of realizing that you have people that you have to go back and touch. And as I look at you and say, okay, we touched these lives this year, we will never know the ripple effect unless you come back. We will never know what the fruit of the labor was unless you come back and you begin to tell us of the good work that you have done.
Yes, y'all, we love our conference. And one of the things that even in our classes that we believe, like there is a renewal of like our love for our business, our love for our team. So I see Miss Carolyn, her hand was up. I wanted to make sure, I don't know if she's still on, if we answered her question. Carolyn, did you still have a question? If so, you can like let me know. Yes, in the chat, let me know so we can make sure we answer your question on tonight. All right. I saw your hand. I saw a hand up earlier, but maybe your question has been answered. So these classes, our conference, they're all like a point of reset, like really helping you reset your center and getting those things that you need to do. Hey, Joya, what's your question? Let me see if I can help you unmute. Give me 1 second. All right, see if you can unmute now.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Hi. So I'm trying to sign up and the application just keeps buffering. So if I close out and do it again, will it still allow me or
It should, and what I will
should
do,
I just wait or
it
I
may
don't
be too many people doing it at the same time. So what
right.
I will do as a courtesy to everybody who's on, Carolyn said the same thing. She's trying to enroll. We
Yeah.
will keep the discount up for at least the next hour. And then
Okay.
if it doesn't work, you can email us at info@childcaremillionaires.com and we'll either make sure you get a coupon code or something, but we'll keep it up for the next hour. It could be that maybe too many people are trying to do it at the same time. Are you on Google by chance?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say if you're on Safari, change to Google. But we'll definitely help you get enrolled
Okay.
tonight. So
Okay.
because Miss Carolyn and Miss Joya said it, we'll keep our discount up for at least an hour. So y'all got blessed. You probably
Okay.
blessed the people on accident.
So
You blessed.
I was just gonna try to do it like maybe on my phone. Maybe it'll go through
And
that
if
way as
you
opposed.
did you get text message reminders? Because I think the team just sent out a text message, and maybe the link will be able to go.
It says your link verification code.
Yeah, that's to your when you checked out. It's probably
Right.
connected to like if you continuously check on certain like with link. But yeah, just refresh it and then you should be
Because I
able
don't want to do it again and then it charges me a couple of times. So I'm just trying to figure out what should I do? Should I wait? Should I?
Well, drop what. Maybe you should drop your email and we'll check real quick. Mia, can you check and see if it went through? She
Okay.
can do that right now while we're on.
Okay.
That's a good point. Thank you, Miss Joy.
Okay.
Okay, she's talking to you in the chat, girl. You got your own customer service agent. Money love speed. See, we know how to follow up. Thank you so much. I
All right.
appreciate
Have a
it.
good night.
All right. All right. Same thing. I think it was one other person, Miss
Carolyn.
Carolyn.
Anybody else have any issues with joining so we can help you before we get off the call? Brandy said, "What's the fee to upgrade for VIP since I purchased last week?" So if you purchased general admission last week, we will just if you do it tonight, we'll send you the link. But we could give you that difference of the 497 and the 297. So it'll be $200.
Drop your email, Brandy, so they can get that to you tonight.
Anybody else having any issues with checking out? Okay, Miss Julia, Mia responded to you in the chat.
Okay. Good job. So what we will do, for those of you who don't have questions, you can leave us, but if you want to stay, we're gonna play one more video because we do want to make sure our customer service agents help everyone that's on the call. But I just feel like if you're here for a reason. So we want to make sure that you had. Yes, like so if you have an ABA or behavior clinic, same strategies can work, same automations can work. And then we can always make sure that in your pod, because you'll get an assessment, Marquita, that tells us a little bit more about your business so we can help customize like some of your scripts for you. All right, Monray, I want me to go ahead and start the other video, or do you have more questions you need to answer?
Miss Carolyn asked, she said, "I'm enrolled, so congratulations."
Yay!
She asked about her directors.
So you and your directors can definitely watch the replays. You can share this information with everyone in your center. However, we have a certain amount of people who can attend class. So if you want your director to actually attend live, please give us an email because the ticket is for yourself. It's not for you and your director. But when you're going to watch the replays, share the script, go over the information. But if you do want your director to come, email us and we can see what we could do. Other than that, you could just grab them a general admissions ticket. That way they can go through it real time with you if you think that that's super, super important. Let us, and everything is figure outable. If you really want them to come, yes, email us and we can try to make that happen.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you have the opportunities to have your directors also come to the conference. So a lot of staff comes to the conference. And they have their own track, Brandy. If you want to tell them a little bit about that, but they have their own track, their own experience.
Yes.
So that's exciting.
And that owner that came from Miss Monica School that I talked about, Ashley Perkins, she actually came to the conference and we did this with the leaders because we wanted them to understand how important it was to enroll. So if you bring your director, your lead teacher, your enrollment specialist, your assistant director, people who are like in your administrative, they have their own track. They have their own classes that they go to every single afternoon. And it's literally cheaper to buy the boot camp than it is to buy a ticket to the conference. Because the ticket to the conference is $5.99. And while you're on tonight, the boot camp is only $4.97. So we did that because we have a heart for you. And so we wanted to make sure people didn't have to choose. Yes, Joya, you can upgrade as long as you upgrade before the boot camp is over. You can 100% upgrade. Just get in the room. We want to see you in the room. Yes, Miss Alta, you will receive several emails. Tonight, you will probably just receive a thank you email. And then, guys, for those of you who are signing up for the boot camps, we have orientations. Our first orientation will be this Wednesday. We will teach you how to get in the Facebook group, how to claim your ticket, where your replays will be. And then we'll do one right before boot camp on Sunday, the 21st. You guys have your own community manager. You have your own customer service team. We're going to take very, very good care of you. So, not only check your email, but star our emails. And if you're ever missing an email from us, check spam because spam like to eat our emails up. Sometimes spam is greedy. She is hungry and she needs to order her own food. So if you're ever missing something from us, check spam, start starring our emails, or even reply to them and say thank you. And it'll let your email inbox, it'll let you know you check for us. We're your girlfriend, that we go together real bad. But if you ignore us, it thinks we're bothering you. And it won't let us stalk you. So we'll start going to spam. Okay, guys? So make sure you go and reply to my emails. Click on something, do something. Anything else, Monray?
I think that's all the questions that we have in the chat, but I am excited for all of the people that have joined. I know some of them had to get on out of here, but I'm excited for all of the people that's still in the room that has joined us for this boot camp. The opportunity is now. If you haven't gotten the opportunity to join, please make sure you click that link and join. Even if that's, like I said, general admission, VIP, the opportunity is now for you to finally get what you have been looking for. Finally get those students in your room. And honestly, I always ask myself, especially with the hard work that you guys do in childcare, who am I missing out on, right? Like there's someone that God has assigned to you for your center to really be able to pour into them. And if you won't do the work, you won't ever touch them. And they're waiting on you to do the work so that you could be able to be married to them, pour into their childhood so that they can really, really have what they need, right? You guys are shaping the future. Right. And so it is up to you to finally put the steps forward. And like we keep saying, success loves speed. You don't need 90 days to get 20 students. You don't need 90 days. You need 20 days to get 20 students. And as we said before, your job is to create that recipe so that you can continue to amplify that center over and over and over again. And honestly, guys, like it doesn't matter what type of center you have, home center, it doesn't matter what type of center you have, this system works. And I love this system because Brandy and the coach, Coach Nat, put this system together. And really, and honestly, Brandy will tell you guys, she is doing this exact system inside of her business. She's like, I got all these centers to fill up. So I'm gonna be working on it with y'all. Okay. Y'all think I actually had this boot camp for me. I just needed some friends.
You didn't have to tell my business. But
oh, my bad. I thought she was gone, girl.
That's exactly what happened. It's like, it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. Listen, we all need a kid. You get 20, I get 20. That's
our kids.
We all win, we all win. It's enough for each and every one of us. And I believe it does not hurt me to help you win, and I think that's why our members stay so blessed. They are so giving. We literally want you to win. And that's what this next video is all about. And once this video is over, we're going to close out for tonight. Thank you for the extra time. We love you. We're ready to support you. And we definitely want you to win.
It's not every day that you meet somebody who really wants you to win. I think what is so amazing about that, even when she came to me with this vision, it was really out of frustration of trying to launch our child care centers and running into established owner after owner who refused to help us. And so Child Care Millionaires was really birthed out of a place of frustration, but then out of a place of truly wanting to share what it was that we were blessed with others so that they would not have the same struggle.
This is my 5th conference with the Child Care Millionaires Association. I feel like each conference, each year, I grow a little bit more, I learn a little bit more, I become a little bit more successful in my business and personally. One way that I see that they help us wing it to win it is by having a personal touch. Brandy, Coach Condi, Coach Natalie, Coach Tamika, Coach DeShannon, all of them love to be very involved with the attendees and the participants of the organization.
I love Brandy. I love Natalie. They have pretty much spoken to my wife and told her exactly the same things that I've been saying for years. So I greatly appreciate them. They're now part of our family, you know?
It has been an amazing journey being part of Elevation Masterminds. They have been an amazing partnership with us. They have taught us so much. A lot of great things for our business, a lot of personal things to grow myself as a CEO. Thank you, Elevation Masterminds.
I am back for another wonderful conference at Child Care Millionaires Live, Houston, and my experience with Elevation has been winning. I've grown from the first video conference in 2020 during COVID, listening to Brandy, getting the ideas, the camaraderie, the sisterhood, knowing that I can do this, gave me the confidence to keep moving.
When I started Elevation Mastermind, when I came to the conference, I didn't have any type of direction. I just heard this Child Care Millionaire thing, and I felt like that's where I needed to be. I needed to experience it. I heard it on the computer enough, and it was just time for me to be in the building because it just seemed like the energy was amazing, the people were authentic. It just seemed like that. So I was like, I have to see what this is really about because, you know, TV, it can seem a little fake sometimes. But when I got here, they had me in the middle of the floor crying because they was ready to help me, hold my hand, support me, and be there for me on my journey. I noticed that when I was in the middle of the floor, I had my sister circle around me to support me and be there to help me get through this journey. I came here not owning a center and just wanting to have a center and working in my mom's center that I love dearly, but I had put my dream on the back burner because I felt like I wasn't doing what I needed to do for my family first, and I had to keep putting them first. But sometimes you could put you first and still take care of your family and make sure that you're living your dreams. So after signing up for Elevation Mastermind, I got the whole pie, not the slice of it. You know, the conference is just a slice, but Elevation Mastermind is the whole pie. I got the coaches calls that would just help me figure out where I wanted to go. I got the accountability partners who would check on me and make sure I was good, not just in my business, but in my personal, in my mental, in my emotional, and even in my spiritual. I have sisters praying for me, hoping and wishing that I win with them. So what are you waiting for? Because we want you to win. Like, no, for real, we want you to win. You should come, join us.
We want you to win.
We want to see you win.
We want to see you win.
Have you heard? Your losing streak is over. At Child Care Millionaires, we want to see you win. Welcome to your winning season.
I can tell you for a fact that Brandy really wants you to win. And it's one thing for people to say it out of their mouth. It's another thing for them to literally put their effort, their support, and their action where their mouth is. And I think that over the years, we've seen Brandy do this time and time and time again. And so I can tell you there's not a better coach, there's not a better cheerleader, there's not a better advocate in childcare than Brandy Wood Smith. And I'm not just saying that because she's my sister.
All right, guys, that is it for tonight. I love you guys so much. We definitely want to see you win. We cannot wait to see you at the conference. Boot camp starts September 22nd. We're going to keep the price $597 just for a little while, like we agreed, just because we know some people are having some problems. About 3 more people came through, so we want to do that. Our team will be reaching out to you guys tomorrow. If you need anything, all you got to do is email us at membership@childcaremillionaires.com. We are here for you. We are working for you, and we're so excited to help you on this next leg of your journey. We'll see you guys soon. Now go to bed, y'all.